everyone. My name is Miss Mandy, and I'm here today to share a special National Space Day story time with you. I'm very lucky because my good friend, Miss Linda, let me come today to share some stories about space. And the reason why is because I am a NASA JPL Solar System Ambassador. See my special bling? All that means is just a fancy way to say that the space program lets me go out into my community and share information about space, which is what I'm doing with you here today. And today we are going to go together to Mars. Does that sound like fun? All right, so let's get started. So the first thing we need to do to go to Mars is get a rocket, right? So let's do a little rhyme about rockets. So I have 4 little rockets here on my flannel board, and here's my little rhyme. 4 little rockets winking at me, 1 shot off, and then there were 3. 3 little rockets with nothing to do, 1 shot off, and then there were 2. 2 little rockets afraid of the sun, 1 shot off, and then there was 1. 1 little rocket alone is no fun. It shot off, and then there was 1. Should we count those one more time? I'm going to bring them back up. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 little rockets. Now, in order to go to Mars, we also need a spacesuit, right? And I have a fun song that we're gonna sing to get on our spacesuits. Do you know? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Good, so we're gonna sing that, but instead, I'm gonna have some different words, and I'm gonna put it up on the board, what you're going to put on to get ready to go to Mars, okay? If you're going to Mars, wear your suit. There's your suit. Can you put on your suit? Excellent. If you're going to Mars, wear your suit. If you're going to Mars, it's what you have to do. If you're going to Mars, wear your suit. All right, so that's the first one. Now what do you think we need? How about some gloves? If you're going to Mars, wear your gloves. If you're going to Mars, wear your gloves. If you're going to Mars, that's what you have to do. If you're going to Mars, wear your gloves. Got your gloves on? Excellent. Now what do we need? How about some boots? Can't walk around Mars without good boots. If you're going to Mars, wear your boots. If you're going to Mars, wear your boots. If you're going to Mars, that's what you have to do. If you're going to Mars, wear your boots. Okay, we're missing one thing on our spacesuit. What is it? That's right, a helmet. We need to protect the most important part of our body, our head. If you're going to Mars, wear your helmet. If you're going to Mars, wear your helmet. If you're going to Mars, that's what you have to do. If you're going to Mars, wear your helmet. Okay, put it on. Good job, everyone. Okay, I think we're about ready to go. Okay, now that we're all suited up, it's time to go to Mars. All right, so let's get ready to launch. To launch, we're gonna sing a little song, and it goes to Farmer in the Dell, okay? But in between the verses, I'm going to share a little bit about what a real trip to Mars might be like, okay? First, let's start with the rocket, right? The rocket's on the pad, the rocket's on the pad. Hey ho, to Mars we'll go, the rocket's on the pad. We have to use a rocket to get to Mars because we have the gravity on Earth that always holds us down. So we need a really powerful rocket that will let us escape Earth's gravity and get into outer space. That's why we need a rocket, okay? So next we have to launch. We launch with a roar, we launch with a roar. Hey ho, to Mars we go, we launch with a roar. Astronauts have explained that it feels like being in a giant skyscraper during an earthquake. While the rocket launches, you shake and you shake and you have a lot of pressure pushing down on you in your seat, and it takes like 8 minutes to get into outer space with all that pressure. It's really quite a ride, quite more interesting than any roller coaster you'll ever get on Earth. All right, so we're up in space. And then we see planet Earth. Goodbye, planet Earth. Goodbye, planet Earth. Hey ho, to Mars we go. Goodbye, planet Earth. Earth will get smaller and smaller and smaller the farther away we get from it, until by the time we get to Mars, it'll look just like a pale blue dot. All right, and next, how long till we get there? How long till we get there? Hey ho, to Mars we go. How long till we get there? Have you ever been on a really long road trip? Well, going to Mars is like the ultimate road trip. It takes 7 months to get there one way. That's over half a year. And unlike a road trip you might take with your family on vacation, you can never leave your vehicle. So you have to do everything inside. That includes eating and cooking your food. That includes exercising and sleeping and even using the bathroom. All in one vehicle for 7 months. But you know what? I think it would be worth it. Don't you? All right. All right, here we go. Touchdown, we've arrived. Touchdown, we've arrived. Hey ho, to Mars we go. Touchdown, we've arrived. 7 months later, we finally made it to Mars. Excellent. Now, when you go out of your capsule on Mars, you will be a lot lighter than you are on Earth because the gravity is not as strong on Mars. You're not being pulled down as strongly as you are here on Earth. So you might bounce a little as you walk. All right? Come on, let's explore. Come on, let's explore. Hey ho, to Mars we go. Come on, let's explore. Mars is a fascinating place to explore. It has the largest mountains and the deepest canyons in the entire solar system. Lots of beautiful things to see and lots of interesting things to do while on the surface of the planet. So that is our trip to Mars. Did you have fun? Excellent. I based our little song on this fantastic book called Hey Ho, to Mars We'll Go by Susan Landroth. This book is wonderful. And I'll give you a little tip. I think it would be even more fun to read in space. You're going to have to check it out from the library to see what I mean. All right. Next, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what is happening on Mars right now. We don't have people on Mars yet, unfortunately, but we're getting there. But we do have explorers on Mars, explorers that are robots. We've sent a lot of robots to Mars over the years, and we just sent a new one this year. Its name is Perseverance, and it looks a little bit like this. It's called Percy for short. My friend Eric made this little Percy for me on a 3D printer. Now Percy is on the surface of Mars, and it is exploring a crater. And we are going to talk about craters a little bit more in just a second. But it's really neat because it has all of these different things that it can do on Mars. Just like a human might, it has different sensors. A human has senses like sight and hearing and smell and taste and touch. Well, Percy has sensors, so it can do a lot of those things too. And then it sends all that information back to the scientists at JPL in California. And it tells us a lot of stuff that we need to know about Mars so that we can be prepared when our astronauts arrive. It's very, very cool. Percy's having a great time on Mars and doing a wonderful job. All right, now, I promised that we would talk a little bit about craters. So I have a demonstration for you today. I'm gonna get my stuff up. Now, this is a demonstration you can do at home, but be sure you get a parent's permission first because it can get a little messy, which of course is what makes it so fun. Because it can get a little messy, you might wanna do it outdoors so you don't have to worry about it so much. What you need for this demonstration is a baking pan. Anyone will do, okay? I like to use a glass one so I can see through the sides. It makes it a little bit more fun, okay? And then I'm gonna put this down for just a second so I can show you what else you need. You're going to need baking flour. Any kind of baking flour will do, just regular all-purpose flour, okay? And you're also going to need cocoa powder. Do you know what cocoa powder is? It's the basis of chocolate, but you don't want to eat this plain, okay? It doesn't taste very good by itself, but when you mix it into a cake or cookies with sugar and all good things, it does taste good. So don't eat it, just use it for your demonstration, okay? All right, so for this demonstration, you also need your meteor. Now your meteor could be anything. I have a little bouncy ball here that my daughter let me borrow. You could use a rock. You could use a large marble. Anything that you think that you have that looks like a meteor. About this size, okay? All right, so for this demonstration, the first thing you're going to do, get the lid off my flour, is dump a layer of flour into your pan. It doesn't need to be very deep. Maybe a few cups worth, depending how big your pan is, okay? And you're gonna shake it a little so it smooths out. See how I have a nice, smooth, flat flour, okay? And then on top of the flour, you're going to put your cocoa, okay? So this, you're gonna sprinkle, not dump like you did with the flour, but sprinkle it nice and even over the top. The reason we're doing this is because it gives you two different colors to give you what's called contrast in your demonstration. This will allow you to see how craters make the holes that we see on planets, okay? Again, I'm gonna give it just a gentle little shake to smooth things out a little bit, okay? So this is our planet's surface. Now, if you don't know what craters are what happen to a planet or other body like the moon when a meteor hits its surface. Now, the planet's close to the sun and the moon's close to the sun. They all have craters, even Earth. But on Earth, because we have so much weather because of our atmosphere and so much plants, we can't see the craters on Earth very well. They've been kind of smoothed out by the wind over thousands and thousands of years. But on other planets like Mars or like the moon, you can see the craters really, really well because they don't have the harsh weather that we do and they don't have the plants that we do to cover them up. So it's really, really neat to be able to see those craters. In fact, right now, like I mentioned, Perseverance is exploring a crater on Mars right now, a very large one, okay? So let's make our own craters. So I have my meteor, okay? And this meteor is coming from outer space and it's gonna hit my planet's surface. And we're gonna see, okay? See what happens. I'm gonna move this a little farther from my face so I don't get a face full of flour. Here we go. Did you see that? Okay, now I'm gonna gently remove my meteor so I can see my crater. Okay? You can see it. Now you can see the difference, covered in chocolate. You can see the difference between the white flour and the brown cocoa. And you can see how the impact or the hitting of the meteor has spread everything out. It's very, very cool. Now you can do some experiments with this demonstration. You can try different sizes of meteors, okay? So you can get itty bitty little ones, or you can get great big ones, or you can make the meteor go faster depending on how far above you drop it. So if I drop it from right here, do you think it's going to make a smaller crater or a bigger crater than the one I did from up here? Let's see. I'm going to drop it from right here. Boop. Oh, it's quite a bit smaller. It hardly even sprayed me with the chocolate, did it? The cocoa. So I wonder if I put it on the ground and I stood as high as I could and I dropped it down, wonder how big a crater that would make. Well, you do this demonstration and you figure that out and you let me know how big that crater, you got that crater to go, okay? Great. So that's how you can make your very own space craters at home. Give me a second, brush off my moon dust and my Mars dust off of me. Oh, poor Miss Linda, she's gonna be mad. I've got cocoa everywhere. Okay, so my job as a solar system ambassador, of course, is to educate you on real space, right? And that's very important. But you know what? I love imagination just as much as the real thing. And I think that is very important because all the best scientists and explorers have wonderful imaginations. Because if you can't imagine that something is possible, then you can't try to make it possible, right? So I'm going to close out today with a very fun story that I really like about a little chicken named Zoe and her wonderful imagination. Okay? Let's meet Zoe. Okay. This is Zoe. Hi, everyone. Zoe is no ordinary chicken. She has dreams, and she has a pig. Her pig's name is Sam. Hi, everyone. Hi, Sam. Sam really enjoys pie. That's what he enjoys. And he loves Zoe. One day, Zoe came to Sam and said, Sam, we're going on an adventure. We're going into space. See her little helmet? She's ready, isn't she? Yeah. Sam says, before dinner? Before pie? She said, come on, Sam, let's see if we can get a crew. Okay, who are we gonna find? Zoe walked around the farmyard and she found Henry the dog. And she said, Henry, join us on our space adventure. We're going to outer space. Henry said, I have plenty of space here. I don't mean open space, said Zoe. I mean outer space. And Henry said, no thanks. Zoe said, suit yourself. And she moved on to find somebody else for her crew. She came across Pip. Pip was a little mouse, as you can see. She said, Pip, come with us to space. And he says, oh, that sounds dangerous. Not dangerous, Pip, said Zoe, an adventure. Oh, I don't think I'm ready for an adventure like that, said Pip. Okay, said Zoe, suit yourself. Lastly, she came upon Clara the cow. And she said to Clara, come with us to space, Clara. And Clara said, you have a problem, Zoe. You don't have a ship. You need a ship to get to outer space. Zoe said. This is not a problem, said Zoe. It's an opportunity. Well, you take your opportunity, said Clara. I'm staying here on the ground. Suit yourself, said Zoe. Now, all of the barnyard friends thought Sam was pretty crazy for going along with Zoe's crazy idea of going into space. But Sam was confident in Zoe, and he said she always finds a way. And sure enough, she did. Let's see the spaceship she put together. They're loading up in their spaceship. Oh, they're getting ready to launch. 3, 2, 1. Look, Sam, we're going into space. There's no pie in space, said Sam. Oh, space is so beautiful, says Zoe. Watch out for that ball, says Sam. It's not a ball, said Zoe. It's an asteroid. Look at that. All right then, watch out for that kite. Oh, Sam, that's not a kite, said Zoe. It's a comet. Look at that, it's a comet. Okay, but watch out for that flock of birds. They're gonna hit us. Oh no, said Zoe. Those aren't birds. They're alien invaders. Oh no. And they're popping our balloons. Crash. Well, said Sam, I still don't have any pie. Well, I thought that was a perfect landing, said Zoe. And Sam spent the entire afternoon telling all the barnyard friends how they had seen an asteroid and a comet, and they escaped narrowly with their lives, an entire group of alien invaders. Well, did you have a good time? Said Zoe. Yes, I had a good time, said Sam. What's wrong, Sam? Said Zoe. Well, I still don't have my pie. Oh, Sam, I have a present for you. And Zoe gave him a little present. Oh, is it a pie? Said Sam. Even better, said Zoe. It's a moon pie. Here we go. And that's the end of our story. I based that little puppet play, which of course is inspired by Miss Linda's wonderful puppet plays, on this wonderful book called Chicken in Space by Adam Larnhut. And it is wonderful. It just goes to show that imagination can bring you anywhere. So check it out from the library and see where you can go with Miss Zoe and Mr. Sam. Well, everyone, that's all I have for you today. I want to thank you so much for letting me be a guest Storytime presenter for you today. I want you to come into the library when you have the chance and see what special surprises that I have left for you for National Space Day. And I hope that you will continue to reach for the stars. Bye.